Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In front of me I have Polar Street X watch, and in today's video I'm going to show you a few tricks you can use on this watch. So let's get started. First thing I want to show you is how to optimize the battery usage or life for the long hike or run. Basically, if you're planning to go for a longer or very long hike or very long run, you might want to change some settings on your watch to increase the battery life, for basically to make the watch survive the whole journey. And we can do it by doing few things. We can go to the activity settings, and there we can change few things. So open the activity menu, find the activity you will be doing during your long hike, run, or whatever. I'm gonna use the hiking for the example. And once you're in the activity menu here, scroll down, tap on settings, and here we have a few things we can change for the activity to save the power. We can go to power saving settings or power save settings, and we have GPS recording rate and wrist-based heart rate. By default, the GPS will be recorded every second, but you can change it, and we can choose between every minute, every 2 minutes, or off. So if you don't care about accuracy that much, but you want to extend the battery life on your watch during the workout, you can select, for example, every 1 minute, and it will give you less accurate readings for the GPS because it will be recording every minute instead of every second, but it will save your battery life, which is quite a neat feature you can use. And you can also select every 2 minutes if you're really not that into accurate readings. Maybe you just want to see your general location, and that's about all. Or you can turn it off completely if you don't care about the location at all. I recommend to play with this and see basically best case usage for you. And then we have the wrist-based heart rate. By default, it will be on, but you can disable it. So if you don't care about the heart rate during your workout, you can disable it, and this will also increase your battery life by quite a bit. So you can select off, and once you disable it, it will be off, so you won't be seeing the heart rate during the workout. And that's all basically. You can also disable the always on display, but it should be disabled by default. But if it's enabled for some reason, you can always disable it as well, which will also give you a battery life boost as well. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is called slap to take lap, or maybe it's not called like that. I think it's called slap watch to take a lap, something like this. Basically, this watch has a feature where if you want to take a lap on your during your workout, you can basically stop your watch to take it. It's a gesture basically, and it works I think with most of the workouts, but basically you need to start the workout, and once you have the workout going, you can slap your watch and it should take a lap like this. And this could be quite useful during some races or running, and you don't want to fiddle with your watch to take a lap. You just slap it, and here you have it. Like I said, it could be quite useful in those scenarios. Okay, and to enable it, you will need to open the Polar Flow Sync application on the phone that is paired with your watch. So I'm gonna bring the phone here. Zoom out the camera a bit so you can see the whole screen of the phone. And on the phone that is paired with our watch, you will need to open the Polar Flow Sync, of course. In the app, you will need to go to Menu. You will need to go to Sport Profiles. Now find the profile you want to use this feature for. I'm gonna use the hiking, but you can select anything you like. Then tap on Edit, and here on this page, scroll down and look for the Take a Lap option, or slap. We have gestures and feedback. The slap feature, we can enable it, and once you enable it, it will be working now. You can't change it, unfortunately. Maybe they will add something later on, but for now, you can only use the Take a Lap feature. But hopefully, maybe they will add something later on. Okay. And once you're done, tap on Done, then sync the watch with your phone, and the settings should be applied. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is how to customize the profiles, the activity profiles on your watch. And it's basically done right here in this menu. And to access this menu, let me actually stop the workout here for now. Okay, so to access this menu, you need to open the Polar Flow Sync application on the phone that is paired with your watch, and in that app, you will need to go to Menu, Sport Profiles, and here we have it. And we can edit each profile right here on the list. You can also remove the profiles and add another one. So to remove the profile, you tap on it, tap on remove, and the profile will be gone. You have limit of 20, unfortunately. So if you want to add another one, tap on plus, scroll through the list, find the profile you would like to use, and then select it, tap on done, and it will be added to the list. And to customize the profiles, you tap on one, tap on edit, and here we have some settings for different profile. So basically you can make this profile more personalized, more up to your liking, which will improve your not only performance, but also your feeling about the profile or training, basically. And in this menu, we can change a few things. We can enable the automatic laps, and you can do them on duration, distance, or location. And we have also option to change the units. We have BPM, percent of max, of reverse, that's for the heart rate. Then we have the speed. We have kilometers per hour or minutes per kilometer, I think. Then we have the power. You can also change the custom or enable the custom zones. So basically you can customize the heart zones during the workout, and you can make them your own, basically. You can customize them. You can enable the heart rate to be visible to other devices. Basically, you can broadcast your heart rate to another device. And here we can customize the data pages, training views, basically. This is what is being displayed during your training, and you can create your own, you can customize them, and to customize them or create them, you tap on this plus button, and here we can edit the view. And you can add different pools to them by tapping on them. Then you can rearrange them, you can remove them, add them. What else? You can go to the next page, so you can add another view if you want to, as you can see. So this is quite useful if you want to see the data, specific data during your workout. You can customize this page or multiple pages, and hopefully that will make you more informed and will let you to improve your performance. Okay, you can also enable the options to display views like a time of day, heart rate, speed, altitude, power, countdown timer. There's quite a lot of them, as you can see. We have also the map navigation. We can enable it. You can enable slap to take lap. You can also enable the automatic pause. This will basically pause your workout if you stop moving. And you have the pause when below, and you should be able to adjust it. Yeah, you can, for example, adjust it to 1 kilometer per hour. And when you go to below 1 kilometer per hour, it will pause the workout. And when you resume, it will resume it. You can also enable the vibration feedback, a GPS recording rate. You can change it. So if you want to improve your battery life during the workout, you can change it here as well. And then you can also enable the altitude if you want to. So there's quite a few things you can basically do for the profile, edit it, and hopefully that will make it more personalized and more useful for you. And once you're done, tap on done, then sync your watch with your phone. And once you sync them, the changes will apply. Okay. What else? Another thing I want to show you is the voice guidance, and it also is in the Polar Flow Sync application. So once you open the app on the phone that is paired with your phone, you can go to Menu, go to Devices, and here we have this option called Voice Guidance. By default, it will be turned off, and you can tap right here, and you can enable it by tapping on the switch. And this feature is quite interesting because it basically gives you some voice prompts during your workout. And this could be useful if you're wearing headphones or you're using earbuds, something that basically gives you sound to your ears. And it will give you some prompts about your training. And you have training guidance. So it shows you it tells you the targets, if you reach them or not, and stuff like that. Training suggestions. And then we have laps. So if you reach or finish the lap, it will tell you about it. And also the heart zones. And you can enable them or disable them separately. And you can also adjust the voice. we have the text-to-speech settings. You can tap on this arrow right here, and you can change the engine. I recommend to leave it on default, but you can change it if you want. Then we have the language, and you can also adjust the speech rate and pitch. You can play it right here.
This is an example of speech synthesis in English.
So play with the settings to reach your preferred pitch or voice stuff, and then you can
You did 21
test it right here as well.
2 minutes.
And once you're done, you can use it now. So basically, if you have headphones connected to your phone that is paired with your watch, it will give you some prompts when you're running, cycling, and stuff like that. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is the force sync button on the watch, which is quite useful if you want to basically sync your watch and with a phone, like on the spot. You don't want to go to the application or something like that. You just force sync it. And to do that, we basically press and hold the lower button right here. But first you need to wake up the screen, then press and hold the back button. And once you see this animation, and then this one, the watch will start syncing. This could be useful if you want to apply some changes on your watch. So let's say you change something in the app, and you want to sync the watch to apply the changes. Also the training data, if you want to sync the watch with a phone to see training data on your phone, stuff like that. It could be quite useful. Okay, another thing that could be quite useful is the flashlight on your watch. We have it right here. It's located right here. And to be honest, for the flashlight that is on your watch, it gets quite bright. And it could be useful in some cases, like let's say you don't have a phone with you, or flashlight of course, and you have your handy watch and you want to see something in the dark. You can simply turn it on, and to turn on the flashlight you press this light button, and here we have it. Like I said before, it gets quite bright. It's not just screen lighting up. It gives you like normal flashlight, and you can adjust the brightness by pressing the up and down buttons right here. You have even the orange one. I'm not sure what it does, but you have that option. You can turn it on or off by pressing the light button. You can turn it on or off by pressing the big red button right here. And you can also go back, so you can use your watch even though the flashlight is turned on. There's option to that, for that as well, I mean my bad. And to disable it, you press the light button like this. Okay, another handy button shortcut is the lock button. Basically, it will lock your buttons and touchscreen on your watch, which could be quite useful if you're, for example, sleeping with your watch on, or swimming, cycling, not cycling, but taking a shower with your watch on. Anything that would probably cause your watch to either have some mispresses on the buttons. So if you press the button by mistake, or mistouches on the screen. The shower and the swimming will probably affect your screen the most, because the screen will go haywire if the water touches it. But other stuff could use or make you press the buttons by mistake, and you don't want to do that. You want to the watch to stay at the state you leave it in. And to lock the screen, you press and hold the yes button. Let's try again. You press and hold it until you see this icon, or this animation rather. And now the buttons and the touchscreen are locked on your watch. And like I said before, it could be quite useful in some cases, like swimming, cycling, maybe not cycling, but sleeping with your watch on. I don't know, anything that would basically make your watch do weird things when you don't want it to. And to unlock the watch, you press and hold the light button again. Let me actually do this, unlock it, and then close the flashlight. Okay. And now your watch should be back to normal. You can use it normally again. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is the always on display. This feature basically makes your time visible even though the screen turns off. By default, it will look like this. It looks basically pitch black. It's there to save the power on your watch. But you can enable the always on display. So open the settings. Okay, go to general settings, and here go to always on display. So once you find it, you can tap on it. And here we have option to show time. So if you select it, the always on display will be enabled. And I'm gonna show you how it looks like. Let's go back to the watch face, wait until the screen turns off. And here we have it, that's how it looks like. Basically, it shows you the time even though the screen is turned off. Beware though, it will eat the battery life. It will use more battery because of this. So if you don't care about time being visible all the time, but you care about the battery life, I don't recommend to enable this feature. But if you don't care, you can play with it. And as you can see, basically it shows you time for all the time. And you don't need to wake up the screen to check the time. You can just lift your watch and see the time immediately. You can also enable this for the workouts. So if you go to the workout menu, find the workout you want to use, tap on it, or press the button right here, go to settings in the workout. You can go to always on display, and here we can enable it for this session only or for this sport. So it will be always enabled for this sport. And if you enable it, it looks kind of differently than the one for the time. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Come on. Did I select it already? Okay, now it's applied. So let's start the workout. Let's go back. Let's start it. And basically how it looks like for the workout, it basically doesn't turn off the screen at all. So it will stay on all the time, which could be quite useful as well for the workout. You don't want to wake up the screen each time you lift your hand. You just simply lift your hand and see the data. But again, it will use a lot more power than without it. So be aware of that. And then we can stop the workout, of course. By tapping and holding on the finish. And the last thing I want to show you is also in the workout menu right here. And it's a feature called back to start. So if you're doing some workout and you're using the navigation, you can basically go through your route, and when you decide to go back to the start, you can go to settings, and then you have this option called back to start. If you tap on it, you can select via beeline or via same route. So if you use the route, you can go via same route. So basically it will show you, it will navigate you back via the same route you went through, or a beeline, it will just tell you the shortest route back to the start. And if you select it, of course, it will start navigate you to the start as like this. So it could be quite useful if you want quickly to go back to where you started. And I think that's about all. So if you found this video any helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving the like on the video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.